Well, we begin our report in Tennessee, where police say the attacker who killed 6 people at a private Christian school in Nashville Monday was under a doctor's care for an emotional disorder. Despite that, officials say the 28-year-old assailant legally purchased 7 firearms, including the 3 used in the school shooting. Nashville police have also released body cam video of officers stopping the attack. Janet Shamlian has more details. First, the warning. We want to warn our viewers. The video you're about to see is disturbing.
First floor main lobby.
These are the moments Nashville police responded to the call of an active shooter.
The kids are all locked down, but we have 2 kids that we don't know where they are.
With a teacher's guidance and without hesitation.
I think it's upstairs. It sounds like it's upstairs.
Taking out the shooter with a burst of shots just minutes after entering the school and 14 minutes from the first 911 call.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired, move.
Likely preventing further loss of life. They are Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo, 2 of 5 officers who responded.
I was really impressed that with all that was going on, the danger that somebody took control and said, let's go, let's go, let's go, and went in.
Nashville police also released haunting surveillance video from inside the private Christian school. As the shooter gains access by firing on locked glass doors, then walking hallways armed with 2 assault-style weapons and a handgun, shooting at officers' cars from a second-floor window. Police say the shooter is 28-year-old Audrey Hale, a former student who had a map of the school and a drawing of how to enter. The shooter did send an old friend an ominous message on social media just before the shooting.
Just unbelievable. That's speechless. Like, when I initially received it, I responded in comfort. And then I screenshotted it to my dad, and I was like, do I need to say something?
She did alert authorities, but it was too late. As flags flew at half-staff today in Nashville and across the country, we're learning more about the 6 victims. 9-year-olds Evelyn Dykehouse, William Kinney, and Hallie Scruggs, the daughter of Covenant Presbyterian's lead pastor. Teacher Cynthia Peak, custodian Mike Hill, a father of 7 who's worked at Covenant for more than a decade, and the head of the school, Catherine Kuntz.
Everybody says this.
Tricia Drake is a former colleague.
You don't think it's real until it comes to your town, and it is devastating, and it's heartbreaking. And I hope this is the last one, but I think we all know it probably won't be.
At the school's entrance tonight, a growing symbol of heartache. The flowers and remembrances that have come to mark the aftermath of every school shooting. And the recurring question, how to stop it.
And I think there's things our government and leaders need to be doing right now to prevent this from happening.
And Janet Shamlian joins me now from Nashville. Janet, the shooter's parents were aware that the shooter owned 1 weapon at the very least. What more can you tell us?
So the shooter's mother thought that there was just that 1 weapon and that it was sold, having no idea that 7 more firearms were bought legally and were hidden in the house. And in fact, the mom told police that yesterday she saw the shooter leaving the house with a red bag, a large red bag, and asked what was in it, and received no answer. And the mother just chalked it up to, mother-daughter angst, if you will. It is very likely that the weapons were in that bag. John.
And the police, Janet, say they still haven't determined a motive for the shooting, or at least they haven't talked about one publicly, but they believe the church and the school were targeted intentionally. What else can you give us about the shape of that understanding?
So they don't think that an individual like the woman who ran the school or any of the students were targeted intentionally, but in fact that the school was, because there was some angst or anger about having been supposedly forced to go to school there. Beyond that, authorities say there is just voluminous writings by the shooter, and they're still going through all that, trying to pinpoint a motive, but nothing glaring has come to the surface in this now roughly 36 hours.
Janet Shamlian in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much, Janet.